We definitely haven't shifted away from the heaviness of all the terror that goes on Tyler Perry's Ruthless. The end of season 3 left us with a few cliffhangers, and we're going to talk about one of them right here in this video. Now, if we're keeping score, I'd say the biggest cliffhanger would be this one. Which FBI agent is on their way to see the raccoon forever? Near the end of the episode, we saw where the highest finally got his chance to come face to face with Andrew after he betrayed him. During the better half of season 3, Andrew has been on the run pretty much, trying to save everybody on the compound except himself. When he finally got away, he ran to the very place that they'd come looking for him first, at the locals' house, Dale's parents. Why no one can ever think to go beyond this point is what I don't have the capacity to understand. Andrew is a well-trained FBI agent, right, with plenty of experience with Rakadushis, and he knows exactly how they operate. So he should have had enough smarts to go beyond that house, but I digress. Now, when the highest pulled up on them in the punishment trailer, Andrew tried his best to get out of being further punished. I mean, he's already riding away in that trailer with all that baby oil and Vaseline on his face. But they really look nice oiled up, right, ladies? He tried to convince the highest that he'd been converted, that he loved him, and that he'd do anything for him and the raccoon. So the highest put him to the test. He took them all out back, lined them up, and ordered Andrew to play Russian roulette with his coworkers. So I guess at this point, we could put that long-running theme to rest about whose side is Andrew really on, or can we? Andrew hasn't talked to Mac in months, and the only time that we see Andrew, like what's really going on in his head, is when he's alone with Ruth or alone with Brian. So we know that he's an FBI agent at heart, who's just doing whatever he has to do to stay alive in this yard full of mixed nuts. Now, while he has the gun pointed at Brian and Malcolm, the guards got their strap pointed at him, so he knows that it's do or die at this point. If he didn't pull that trigger, then they were going to shoot him as a consequence. So Andrew went through several trigger pulls, of which nothing happened on the first 4. And while he's pulling the trigger, his coworkers are begging for their lives, while the highest is standing over there, laughing like he's in a boxing match, cheering Andrew on to take one of his coworkers out, right? And this was just horrible, you guys, but I know that Andrew had enough skill to know that he only had 2 pulls left before that one bullet would fire off. And maybe he felt the bullet revolving around in the chamber somehow, but he stood behind both of them. And even though he had just fired the gun at Malcolm, and even though we heard Brian reciting the Lord's Prayer, we didn't see the gun fire on camera, so we don't know who got shot. But I bet that Andrew had a delayed reaction and shot Malcolm. And I say that this could have been a delayed reaction because Andrew could have had a flashback to when he caught Malcolm and Sarah together, when Malcolm was in his house talking all that ish, walked up behind him and just popped off. Because we can't forget how Malcolm was on his knees when Andrew had him hemmed up in their living room, right? Coupled with the fact that Malcolm had just turned informant about 10 minutes ago when he said that he killed both Brian and Andrew, then said that they killed each other, right, to cover it up. So now Andrew has the opportunity to just get rid of him once and for all. But who do y'all think he shot? He definitely had more motive to shoot Malcolm than Brian, for sure, right? And Brian would be more useful to him in season 4 than Malcolm ever would have been. But these are just my thoughts regarding this particular cliffhanger. Let me know down in the comments below which coworker did Andrew get rid of. And while you're down there, go ahead and like this video if you like the video. And if you're a fan of Tyler Perry's Ruthless, go ahead and sub to the channel for more videos just like this one. Thank you so much for tuning in to listen today, you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.